Hello traders, welcome to Zion Traders. So today we'll be analyzing AUD card, right? So before we take a look at the technicals, let's quickly look at the fundamental perspective, right? But before we get to the business of the day, right? So I want to quickly show you guys something. So this is my FS book, and as you can see right here, these are my portfolios on my FS book, right? So right here on my FS book, you can actually track my progress right here on my FS book, and then I'm actually open for partnerships, right? So let's get to the business of the day, guys. So as you can see right here, this is AUD card employment change, and this event was released on the 19th of June, right? So and it came out negative, and this is very bad for AUD, right? Seeing that the number of employment has decreased significantly. This is actually going to affect the CPI, right? Because it's going to affect spendings, right, in the country, right? So the more citizens or consumers spend, the higher the inflation, right, which makes CPI to go very high, right? But then in this case, since there are a lot of people didn't get jobs this month, so it's actually going to affect the country and the currency negatively, right? So let's really take a look at their GDP. As you can see, on the 4th of June, GDP was released for quarterly, and we can see right here that it also came out negative. Previously, it was 0.6, right? But right now, we can see that it's actually below expectation. It's below the forecast, and it's even below the previous. So this means that AUD GDP shrank, right? So and it's actually negative for the economy, and saying that the economy is actually not growing actually if we're using their GDP as an indicator, right? So let's quickly take a look at Canada, which is CA, right? So and as you can see, comparing it with that of AUD employment change, we can see that of Canada, it's actually up. It was released on the 6th of June, and it's actually positive. We can see that 8.8K people were employed, right? So during the previous month, and this is really good for CAD, which is the currency itself, and it's going to positively, or is actually positively affecting the CAD, right? So let's really look at the uh, interest rate. So as you can see for a card right here, the interest rate they held it steady, but in the case of AUD, right, Australia, they actually cut interest rate, right? So Reserve Bank of Australia, they cut interest rate, and I think that was announced early this month, right? So, but then that's by the way, guys. See, if you look at ROBA, they had to cut interest rate. Because if you look at the GDP is shrinking, and it's actually not good for the country. So, in order for them to foster, let's say, economic activities, they had to actually cut interest rate to make it easy for the citizens to actually buy and spend money, buy goods and then spend, right? So that's what money. So it's actually good that they had to cut interest, but then it's actually going to negatively affect AUD, right? So let's go back to the market right now. So as you can see right here, this has been very bearish for a very long time right here. So we can see right from last year 2024, it has been bearish, right? So this is the weekly time frame, by the way, and we can see on the weekly time frame, we can see that price broke structure bearish, and currently it has returned back to this order block. What do we expect from here? We expect bearish movement, right? So let's get down to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame right here, we can see what is happening right here. So when price go to the weekly time frame order block, we can see that there is a change of character on the daily time frame. After this change of character bearish, we can see how price return back to this very order block right here. Let's use the week, right? So you can see how price return, and then it sold. And when it sold, it actually broke structure bearish again, right? So right now, price has returned back to this order block right here. I'm actually on a short right at this point. I actually capitalized on this very sell right from here. I was able to sell, and also I'm trying to capitalize on this sell again. Let's see if this sell continues from here, guys. So I'm really bearish on AUD card, but I don't know what market is going to do any further. But then I'm very bearish on AUD card. Thank you very much for watching.